So Arkham Horror, I actually may try and use a investigator from this campaign. Now, Meg in the Carcosa campaign is planning on using a mystic, and so I'm thinking I want to play a survivor. Now, I played Daryl Simmons, who was a survivor through the last campaign, which what did we do? What was the Forgotten Age? I did Forgotten Age, but I felt like I played him as a seeker, not necessarily as a mystic or as a survivor. So I may lean into the survivor. We'll see what that survivor looks like here. Oh my goodness, look at this. Oh, okay. So it's curse and blessed tokens. I think that's what they are. I actually have some of the, and I don't remember where they're from. I bought upgraded components for these, but then it looks like we're going to be counting throughout the campaign. Sweet. That's going to go over there. We've got cards. Oh my gosh. Team, I like new cards. New cards are super fun. I hope everyone's doing well. Anyone have any exciting weekend plans? So Feast of the Hemlock Vale. These boxes with like the new type of release where they have all of the player cards in one and all of the campaign cards in the other. These boxes are full. They're intense boxes. There's a lot going on with some of these boxes. There's a lot of new cards, there's a lot of new content all at once. And so what we're gonna do is I think we'll take a look at all of our investigators. And then we'll break out and look at our different aspect cards, our class cards, I should say. They are class cards. Huh, that's interesting. I just saw like a weakness for a card. We'll look at all the different class cards in some sort of order that we will determine later. Probably save Survivor for last. I have a special spot in my heart for Survivor, although I have been really enjoying rogues recently. I'm playing a rogue, a big money rogue through a game with friends that I'm not streaming. I'm having a lot of fun with that. It's oh shoot. I'm drawing a blank on her name right now. The one who collects 2 resources in every upkeep phase. And I just use my money to buy people off, and it's a good time. Okay, here we go. We got Guardians first. We got Wilson Richards, a 3 stat line across the board. We reduce the resource cost of the first tool asset we play each round by 1. Hey, Nines. Yo, Nelson, first look. Absolutely, it really is. This is the first time we just took the shrink off the box. So I'm pretty excited. You have +1 skill value during skill test used on tool assets. Now, I wish I understood and knew what some of the tool assets were. Jonathan, play Windy, then you get the best survivor and rogue. Oh, okay. I'll do Windy then, because I've always wanted to try Windy, and so this gives me a nice little excuse to do so. Awesome. This is going to be interesting. Oh yeah. Sup? How's it going, Jester? The day is going good. The day is going really well. I'm almost done with the edit of my Age of Apocalypse. That's kind of what I was doing for for the morning. And so that's been fun. I'm learning Premiere. I've been doing all of my edits in DaVinci Resolve, and I'm learning Premiere as kind of a new system because my company has switched to Premiere, just because it's a lot more collaborative than DaVinci is. And so I'm learning all the new hotkeys and stuff. So on a star, we get to swap a tool asset in your play area with a tool asset in your hand with a equal or printed cost. That's pretty cool. Then our deck building, we can take 0 to 5 Guardian, 0 to 4 neutral cards. Interesting. So we can't have level 5 neutral cards in this deck. Oh, wait, hold on. No, I'm sorry. Tool cards 0 to 5, Guardian cards 0 to 4, neutral cards 0 to 5, and up to 5 other improvised and or upgrade cards 0 to 1. Interesting. I'm excited to see your Bishop review since your initial thoughts were not overly hyped. Initial thoughts after I played him, or initial thoughts just like looking at him? Alrighty. So Wilson Richards messing with the tools. We got Ad Hoc, which is his signature card. It's a 2-cost event. Attach ad hoc to a tool or weapon asset you control as a reaction after resolving an action ability on the attached asset. Exhaust ad hoc and discard a tool or weapon asset from your hand to resolve an action ability on the discarded asset, ignoring all costs. I feel like this build is something that is so specialized and people have broken this. It's wild. I think that I don't necessarily know if I have the skill set or the understanding to break this, but he feels like a breakable character. Looking at him, yeah, I liked Bishop a lot more than I thought I would. We got hasty repairs. While triggering abilities on assets you control, your base skill value is 0. 2 actions we can discard them. Hey, running. Unboxings are always fun, even if you don't. Yeah, 100%. 100%. I like new cards are fun. New cards are fun. So there's Wilson. That's our guardian. Our seeker is Kate Winthrop. You begin the game with Flux Stabilizer, inactive side face up. As a quick action, we can move a clue from a science or tool asset you control with no clues on it. Move a clue from her to a science or tool asset. When a asset you control with a clue leaves play, place its clue on your location. Okay, let's see what this Flux Stabilizer is. The inactive side is where it starts, is permanent. After a clue is placed on Flux Stabilizer, search your bonded cards or discard pile for 1 copy of Etheric Current and shuffle it into your deck. Flip Flux Stabilizer, keeping all tokens and attachments. Willie's archetypes have been explored very thoroughly. Yes, they're average. Oh, they're average power level. Okay. Okay. Oh, and then when we flip this, well, okay, so we're gonna go find Etheric Concurrent. Oh, and then there's a couple of different versions of this. There's Yoth, and there is Yugoth. Play only if it's on its active side. So let's read those here in a second. As a reaction on the active side, when you place a clue on an asset you control, get +2 skill value for the next skill value this phase. Interesting. And then these are the ones that you're going to go grab. They are bonded. Play only if Flux Stabilizer is on its active side. This one is an evade. This one is a fight. I assume that they're going to do something fairly similar. Move all. This one is move all clues on assets you control to Kate. For this evasion, you can use book instead of feat. If you succeed and the target of this evasion is non-elite, shuffle it into the encounter deck. Draw 1 card. Flip this, keeping all attachments. Oh, okay. There's a lot of through lines. There's a lot of if thens then that's with these cards. So this is the same thing but for fighting and flip. Okay. So that's kind of cool. She does have a 4 book. So she's going to be better at fighting or better at fighting with her book. It is kind of interesting. She has a 2 fists and a 4 evade, but so it seems like just off the bat, the book for fist seems like a better deal. Her weakness, failed experiment. We test Brain 3. The test gets +1 difficulty for each asset you control with a clue on it. For each point you fail by, you must either take a horror or place one of your clues on your location. Hey, the Jedi. How's it going? Happy Friday. Kate is the first investigator with just a test as her weakness. Oh, interesting. So, yeah, so failed experiment is a test. So you draw it, you just do the test. For each point you fail by, you must either take 1 horror or place one of your clues on your location. that could be pretty brutal. Hope you're having a good one, Jedi. Alexandra Zorzi. 3424. No 5s yet. You may take an additional action during your turn, which can only be used to parlay. Well, there you go. Need to get this to the table again. Yeah, it's a good one. Definitely a good one. Weaknesses are obligations, right? Kind of. The difference is that the weaknesses go in your player deck, where obligations go in the encounter deck. Been trying to finish some campaigns for Tamashi. Oh, nice. But yeah, they're akin to 7/7. I wonder if we get a parlay action here. Hey, we got Beguile. So we got 2 of these. These are events. So play during your turn. Attach Beguile to a non-elite enemy at your location. As an action, we can parlay. Either move the attached enemy to a revealed location or perform a basic investigate or evade action at this location. If you fail a skill test while resolving this ability, discard Beguiled. You may activate this ability from any location. That's pretty cool because the parlay does not affect or does not trigger attacks of opportunity. And so we can attach this. It is fast, so this doesn't trigger attacks of opportunity. So we can pay 2, and then we can parlay perform a basic or evade action, investigate. The way that I'm reading this, the way that I'm reading this, and Nines, you may have a better understanding of this. This would not trigger a attack of opportunity because the action is a parlay, but then it says you perform a basic investigate, so maybe you do take an attack of opportunity if you're at the same location. The fact that you can do this from any location is pretty cool. It feels like the summoned upgrade card, but for like enemies. It's nice that you get 3 of those. That's pretty interesting. And you do get a free parlay. It doesn't? Sweet. That's cool. That's cool. Thank you. Yeah. So you do get a free action. So if you can get all of these out there, that's kind of fun actually. Like it's just like your minions. You just have all of your minions doing your bidding. We got Zamakona. He is elusive. Do I know what is the elusive keyword? Elusive is a keyword that appears on some enemies in this expansion. They represent enemies who want to avoid the investigators for their own survival or to accomplish their own goals. So if a ready enemy with the elusive keyword attacks or is attacked, after that attack resolves, the enemy immediately disengages from the investigators and moves to a connecting location. That's pretty funny. so they're running away from you and you're chasing them down. It's kind of turning the formula on its head. That's cool. Spawn nearest empty location. She cannot parlay. Oh, okay. So she can't use her parlay stuff with him. The first time she parlays each round, plays 1 doom on Zamakona. Okay, so yeah, you really and he's pretty beefy. He's a 3/3/3. That 3 health is what I would consider an annoying range for an attack because so many upgraded attacks deal 2 damage. And so you're just like 1 away. Now, as you progress through the campaign, you're probably going to have something that's going to be able to do a increment of damage and be able to hit like a 3 damage and be fine. But it's like, that's annoying. Running, they looked at my name and thought, that's a good idea. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yes, 100%. I love this art. I really, really like this art, by the way. I think that this is a really like, I really like the colors on this. I'm a big fan of this. So it's Kohaku, I think, Narakami. So at the start of your turn, either add a bless or a curse token to the chaos bag, whichever there are fewer of. In case of a tie, you choose. Or we can remove 2 bless tokens and 2 curse tokens from the chaos bag to take an additional action this turn. Oh, that's pretty sweet. That's cool. And so the bless tokens, if I remember correctly, are +1 draw again. Curse tokens are -1 draw again. And so we have another investigator that's manipulating those in the bag. That's pretty cool. Sandra is very strong and fun. Drawing enemies for her is often a benefit. She can have difficulties if you don't find the crucial parts of the engine. The crucial parts of the engine being the Beguile. Oh, I forgot to read what all of these bros can bring. So Kate can have 0 to 5 seeker cards, science card 0 to 4, insight card 0 to 1, neutral card 0 to 5. I love how Arkham is able to create specific and unique deck building for different investigators just by modifying what they can bring to the table. I think that's really cool. It feels like, Cable, Warlock, Spider-Woman, but for every single investigator, and it really opens up a lot of deck building. Alessandra can bring Rogue 0 to 5, cards with Parlay 0 to 5, and Neutral 0 to 5. That's fun. That's fun. I wonder like what are the Parlay cards? Nines, is there a specific is there a obvious go-to card for her with Parlay? And then over here, we can have Blessed cards 0 to 5, Curse cards 0 to 5, Occult cards level 0, Mystic cards 0 to 3, and Neutral cards 0 to 5. So you're limited on the Mystic cards you can bring, but you can bring Blessed and Curse cards 0 to 5. So it's just you just have, there's so many levers that they can pull when designing these investigators to really make some interesting deck building. There's tons of parlay cards added. Oh, sick. Okay, that's cool. I was gonna say I wanted to play a secret, but that actually sounds really fun. I'm kind of really interested in how that could work. The most important card is Fine Close, which reduces the difficulty of parlay test. It's from Dunwich. Oh yeah, Fine Close. It's a 1/1 soak, and then yeah. I'm running that in my rogue deck through Carcosa. Wait, so does everyone have special deck building wood? Yeah. Most everyone running does. In the core sets, a lot of them are kind of similar, where it's like level 0 to 5 blue cards or guardian cards is what they're called in Arkham. But like this guy can take Blessed cards 0 to 5 across any aspect, Curse cards 0 to 5 across any aspect, Occult cards 0 across any aspect, only up to level 3 Mystic cards, and another Purple Investigator may be able to take up to level 5 Mystic cards. And so everybody has unique deck building rules. Yeah. We got the Book of Living Myths. So when a chaos token would be revealed at your location, we can exhaust this to search the chaos bag for a bless or a curse token, whichever there are more of. In case of a tie, you choose and resolve it instead. Oh, cool. Okay. That's neat. So there's a lot of manipulation of what's in that chaos bag. He seems really fun, actually. He seems like someone I would enjoy, because you're trying to just make sure that those levers are balanced, but it seems like you have a lot of like tools to do that. Heh. Wilson wants that. I really like this art too. Look at that. That's so cool. The green, the colors are just so good. Weeping Yuri, aloof, elusive hunter. We prey on him. After an investigator reveals a blush token or a curse token during a skill test at its location, if it's ready, it immediately attacks that investigator, limit 1 per test. Could you imagine? Just draw, just get attacked 4 times and die. Oops. Huh. And then we've got 2 Hank Sampsons. I'm sure we'll figure out what's going on here. They have different stats. So Hank Sampson, you may be assigned damage, horror, delta ally assets, or other investigators at your location. He has got a 3153 stat line. That's cool. When you would be defeated by damage and or horror, instead heal all your damage and swap this card with the resolute version. Either side Oh, that's cool. That's interesting. We got Wasp, Ant-Man, and Angel now. That's super interesting. Oh my gosh, he has a 6. So if we go to the Warden Resolute, you cannot be healed. You may be assigned damage or horror, delta ally assets, or other investigators. When 1 or more damage is placed on you, gain 2 resources. This is cool. He has got a 6/4. He's a 4163 stat line. Then the other side is a little bit more balanced in terms of stats. It's a 3344. You cannot be healed. When 1 or more horrors placed on you, draw a card. So it's kind of leaning into that. Okay, and he's a 4/6 there. So you get to choose. Huh. That's nifty. Has anyone in chat played Hank yet? He seems really cool. And since you can choose regardless of when and how you die, since you can choose, yes, you can you can kind of custom tailor it for the scenario. Maybe you don't want to do that. Maybe you've kind of built in, it's like, I'm the fighter, so I want to take a hit and then go all the way to the farmhand or to the warden. You just have to remember to yell, "This isn't even my final form." Yes, 100%. Lucas, one side is more balanced and the other side is more of a fighter. 6 kill is crazy. Yeah. Interesting playstyle, 100%. Yeah, because you kind of want to like figure out how you can die soon. And it's like taking the trauma is not the worst thing in the world if you are trying to blitz to like the farmhand. Now he does have fairly low stats. He's a a 6'4", 5'5". Combined, it's really nice. That's interesting. What is his deck building? Survivor card 0 to 5, neutral card 0 to 5, up to 10 other innate and or spirit cards level 0 to 2. Huh. That's probably one of the more unique investigator designs that I've seen. Because I'm curious if, I mean, like, he's got a 5 fights. That's pretty sweet. He also has a larger base deck set. Oh, really? Oh, 35. Look at that. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah. Spirit is mostly blue, by the way. Okay. So kind of leaning into the Guardian archetype. That makes sense. That's cool. Okay, so Stout Hearted is his card. It's a 2-cost fast. When you would engage a non-elite enemy, you can play this. Move up to 2 damage and or horror from Hank Sampson to that enemy as damage. That's cool. Okay, so moving is not healing as far as I understand, if it's similar to the other games in the LCG world, is that moving would not break the rule of you cannot be healed. You're moving that damage. You're not healing the damage. And so that is a way that you can save yourself there. That's correct. Sweet. That's cool. Then we got Where's Paw? Revelation, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until an enemy is discarded. Attach Where's Paw to that enemy and spawn it at a connecting location. Attached enemy gains elusive. At the end of the round, Hank Simmons takes 1 direct horror. Oh, geez. Is this like a Full Metal Alchemist situation where the monster is actually like the child? Yes, he can use cards that move and cancel damage horror. That's pretty sweet. That's really, really cool. I think Meg is leaning into the damage roll for our upcoming campaign. And so Hank may not be the go-to investigator for that, but I'm definitely going to try Hank. Maybe through the Feast playthrough, because I want to get a Feast playthrough going on soon. And so I need a damage dealer, and Hank seems to be a really good choice for that. Huh. I'm really interested in our rogue. I think I'm really interested in the Mystic. I'm really interested in Hank. These two look interesting. They're mediocre, I think. Like, no, they're not super exciting, I guess. But Alessandra could be a great clover with all the parlays. Yeah. Sweet. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to kind of lean in that direction for the route that I'm going to take, but we'll definitely see, because that's really fun. That's really, really fun. Nice. Cool. Okay, so if we are going to go this route, I'm going to save the rogue cards for last. So let's open up. Let's just go Guardian cards. Let's just do this. We'll just go in this order. I guess we'll save the basic cards for last. Alrighty. So those who have played, have you seen any of these played? Do you have a favorite out of the box in terms of a new investigator? Yeah, she seems really cool. Yeah, Fine Clothes is a good call. You probably want to run 2 copies of Fine Clothes just so you can increase the chances of getting it early, since you are doing so many parlay actions. And honestly, the parlay action, the parlay action efficiency could be pretty good for Carcosa. You get to see a good number of parlays in that campaign. Yours are Kohaku. Am I saying that correctly? Kohaku, Wilson, and Alessandro. Oh, okay. So you do like Wilson? Yeah, I need to do a little bit of homework and see what the tool cards are and see, because like I definitely think that could be cool. I just don't have the knowledge of what that even means. Okay, let's take a look at our Guardian cards. Ancestral Token. So this is a 3-cost asset. Takes a next slot. 2 Sanity Soak. After you defeat an enemy, we can exhaust this token to add a Blessed token to the Chaos bag equal to that enemy's printed health. Max 5. That's pretty cool. Chainsaw. Nuff set. Oh, that's a tool card? Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, 100%. Okay, this is really cool. Huh. I like this a lot. I'm not 100% sure how effective it is, but I do enjoy manipulating the Chaos bag and adding those Blessed tokens in there. So I think that is pretty fun. And you can add like up to 5 in there. That's pretty cool. Wilson can be a great flex. There's a lot of tools to investigate. Oh, okay. Okay, that's good to know. We got the Ancestral Token there. Next up, we got a Cleaning Kit. Speaking of tools, we getting Ash Williams up in here. Nice. Cleaning Kit comes in with 3 supplies, 3-cost assets. Supplies on Cleaning Kit may be spent as if they were supplies or ammo on assets you control. That, okay, that also takes... I don't necessarily understand the theming that takes like an amulet slot. Maybe you hang it around your neck. Cleaning Kit is great. Yeah, this seems super flexible. This seems like it could affect and be good for in like even characters that are not named Wilson, right? Like they are nice in tool, or they are nice. It is a nice tool, but you can also, I mean, it's just ammo. It's just extra ammo. Like that's crazy. And it takes a neck slot. Maybe that's just because they didn't want to. Or is this like a... Oh, I think, is this like one of those like aprons that you hang over yourself? And that's why it's taking a neck slot? That makes sense. Kamani can use it with Ornate Bow. Oh, ooh. Ooh. That's fun. There's so many cool interactions in this game. Ooh, Katana. That's some really cool artwork there. We can fight. You get +2 for this test. If you succeed by exactly 2, you may exhaust Katana to deal +2 damage for the attack. As a quick action, we can exhaust Katana, use feet instead of fists for the attack. 4-cost double hand asset. That seems like it could work pretty well for a specific build. I do like succeeding by exactly 2 is kind of interesting. It kind of makes me think about some of the survivor cards that we have in the game where we can like use is it Granny Orn where you can like up or down. Oh, Katana's not a good card, but it's fun. Yeah, you can use up or down the result. It's kind of interesting. Oofta. I don't think that's how you pronounce it, but it's hilarious. Oofta. Use 1 charge. Replenish this charge the first time a Blessed token is revealed at your location each round. Okay, cool. Choose a non-elite enemy at your location and spend a charge. That enemy loses the alert, aloof, elusive, and retaliate keyword until the end of the round. Seems okay. It's a fast... I don't know. Oof. It's not the most exciting card I've ever seen. I think a lot of the times, I guess like elusive, you can keep someone from running away, but it doesn't take any slot. That's true. That's true. And so if you have something that deals with charges or something, you can deal with, or you can like lean into that a little bit and get the benefit there. But Wolf's Mask, geez, it's a little terrifying. Limit 1 mask per investigator. Uses 2 offerings. Replenish one of the offerings after you engage an enemy. Say lightning, you can, or as a fast action, you can spend an offering. You get +2 or +2 feet for the skill test, limit once per round. Now that I think that's more interesting. That's pretty cool, because if you're playing Guardian, you're probably engaging enemies. It's a tech card for specific scenarios. Oh yeah, yeah, very true. This also takes a new slot, a mask slot. I wonder why they don't. Probably just because it's annoying to create more icons. All the masks are great. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, like, I should have probably assumed that there would be more mask just with the fact that it says limit one per, but like that, it's also one cost. Yeah, yeah, 100%. 100%. I like that. Wolf mask. Got an X cost event, Absolution. Reveal 3 random tokens from the Chaos bag, along with X additional tokens, where X is the amount that you paid for this card. For each non-symbol token revealed, add 1 Blessed token to the Chaos bag. For each Blessed token revealed, heal 1 horror from an investigator or ally asset at your location. That's cool. It's cool that we're seeing like a lot of things that are, and super easy to replenish. 100%. Yeah, it's cool that we're seeing a lot of cards that are interacting with the Blessed tokens that are outside of Mystic. I like the Blessed tokens, so I'm happy to see more interactions with it. It's cool that we also get like Guardian leans into healing, and so we're getting some horror heal here. Dude, this dude looks like straight up out of like the Revolutionary War almost. 2 cost event. Investigate. You can use Brain instead of Book. Before resolving Chaos tokens for this test, add 2 Bless tokens to the Chaos bag. Pay Bless or a Star token is revealed. Discover 1 additional clue at your location. Interesting. That's cool. That seems like a pretty good solo card. I guess like in multiplayer, I'm sure there are Guardian builds that can be pretty effective clue grabbers. But I normally don't think of blue grabbing clues. Dude, this guy looks so scared. This guy looks terrified. It's more of a card to put blessed tokens than to discover more than a clue. True. Oh, that's, yeah, because if you spend like, oh yeah, you spend 2 and you're putting 2. That's nice. So, oh hey, here's a parlay action. Choose an enemy at your location and an item asset in your hand. Perform a fight action against the chosen enemy. If you succeed, instead of dealing damage, play the chosen asset, reducing its cost for each point you succeeded by. That's pretty funny. That's actually really, really funny. And so would this be considered a parlay card for Alexandra? Cards with parlay. I think so, because it has the parlay here, right? Unrelated, but I haven't been working on my customs because I need to get more storage for your Steam Deck, but I've got a ton of ideas for when I do. Sweet. Nice. Yes, anything that says parlay in the text. Okay, cool. That's really funny. Just you are the one holding someone up. And parlay doesn't deal attacks of opportunity. True. Yeah. Oh, so you can get an item onto the table by parlaying. Ah, that's nifty. That's pretty cool. And if you have your fine clothes, it costs 1 less. If you perform a fight action, so you have to perform a fight action, which she is not the greatest at. She's at a 2, but I guess you could do a fight action. So if you had a item or like a gun that used your feet as your fight, you could do that, right? Because it's not, or is it a specific fight basic action, or can you choose like fight on your katana to do it? We got Task Force. It's an additional cost to play Task Force. Spend an action. So it costs 2 actions, 1 at a time in any order. Choose an investigator at your location to resolve a action ability on an asset they control without paying the cost. Move to a connecting location, or discover a clue at your location. That's nice. That's pretty cool. Hey, we got Insight Upgrade. Tinker. Play only during your turn. It's a fast action for 1 cost. We attach Tinker to a tool asset in your play area. Attached asset takes up one fewer hand slot or accessory slot. That seems pretty decent. That's cool. That's cool. Task Force is your favorite blue in the expansion along with Wolf Mask. Nice. Double cards are also a theme in the expansion. Double cards. Like double actions. I like Tinker. Tinker is pretty cool. You basically get another hand slot. Wilson or Kate cans have a ton of tools with yeah, I bet. The double action cards, they have the double trade. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Nice, yeah, they're traded double. Okay, well, that's good to know. That's pretty clever. We got a skill card, Purified. Max 1 committed per skill test. You can commit Purified to any type of test. If the test is successful, for each point you succeed, add a bless token or remove a curse token from the chaos bag. That's pretty cool. It's nice because there are tests in Arkham that you can just straight up blitz and like just like you're gonna win. Like it's just like you're testing 6-1 type thing, and so you can like add 5 bless tokens for the cost of this card. That's pretty cool. And I'm sure there's some shenanigans that you can deal with it being a skill and stuff. Alrighty, so that's all of our level 0 cards. We're going to move on to our upgrade cards. Quick question. With this in Lord of the Rings, you're kind of meant to get everything in order, right? No, not necessarily. I would say that like you would probably want to get like the investigator expansion alongside the campaign expansion for both of them, but you can kind of mix and match and go however you want. The complexity of the cards, not necessarily the power. Maybe in this game, I'm not sure. The power in Lord of the Rings is a little bit higher. The further down chronologically you go, the complexity is raised though, and so if you are still learning the system, I would recommend starting with some of the earlier campaigns. Hand-eye coordination. Fast, play only during your turn. Resolve a action ability on a tool or weapon without paying its cost. So it's a fast action. That's cool. Strong arm. Dude is buff. Woo. When strong armed is committed to a attack using a melee or ranged asset, it deals +1 damage. After resolving chaos tokens, you may take 1 damage to cancel that chaos token, return it to the chaos bag, and reveal a new one. You may do this any number of times. Interesting. What's the blue investigator that can draw cards when he takes damage? I heard the games assume you have all the prior stuff. I think that's more true for Lord of the Rings. But I think that's more true for Lord of the Rings. And when they say that they assume, that means that like the power challenge difficulty level, Mark Harrington, thank you. Yes. That increases, but you can still sit down and play the last box of Lord of the Rings. Mechanically, you're going to be fine. You're going to have all the cards that you need in order to run the scenario. You may get run over by a truck if you do that with just the core set cards though. So you are allowed to play the game. It may be more challenging though. Level 2 cost card, Second Wind. Play only as your first action. You can heal 2 damage or 3 damage if you drew a treachery this round and draw a card. Nice. Hey, our upgraded cleaning kit. 4 supplies. When it's spent from a cleaning kit exhausted, the performing investigator gets +2 skill value for the test. Well, that's nice. It's less the case. People are encouraged to take whatever campaign theme appeals to them, but I would specifically avoid the last 2 expansions because they build on certain archetypes. Gotcha. And the last 2 would be Hemlock and Scarlet Keys. Well, Cleaning Kit seems like a very decent upgrade because you're getting +2 skill value, which then if you're using Purified, you can throw a ton of more Blessed tokens in there. Speaking of Blessed, let's check out the Blessed Blade. You get +2 fight for the attack. If the attack is successful, it deals +1 damage. Return each blessed token revealed during the chaos bag during this attack to the chaos bag. That's cool. Before revealing chaos tokens for this attack, you can exhaust blessed blade to add 2 blessed tokens to the chaos. That seems really sweet. Basically, you get to add blessed tokens and then they stay in if you do draw them through the attack. That's cool. A lot of blessed curse in Hemlock is underwhelming if you don't have in smooth. Got it. Which I don't think I have in smooth. I don't think I've opened in smooth yet. It's just gonna suck not having better cards. I'll keep that in mind if I get into these games. Yeah, great card for Sister Mary. Yeah, that's cool. I haven't looked at Sister Mary in a while. I know I've seen her recently, but I don't exactly remember what she does. Nice. Sorry if I'm not following. I'm having internet. Oh no, I'm sorry. I hope those get resolved. Technology is so annoying. Next up, we got Eye of Valucia. Parlay. Hey, check it out. It's a parlay. Choose an enemy at your location. Until the end of the round, each investigator gets +1 skill value while fighting, evading, or parlaying with the chosen enemy. Place 1 resource on Eye of Valucia as a charge. It's a fast action. We can search our bonded cards for Blade of Yoth and swap it with Eyes of Valucia, moving all charges to Blade of Yoth. Let's check out and see what Blade of Yoth is. So this is the bonded. Spend 1 to 3 charges. Fight. For this attack, you can use Brain instead of Fist. You get +2 and deal +1 damage. Search your bonded cards for Eye of Lucia and swap it with Blade of Yoth, discarding our charges as a fast action. So you're kind of like pulling them in, pushing them out, and getting the That's cool. How does this work with Alexandria? She's from Innsmouth. She puts bless on the bag. Nice. Oh, she puts extra bless tokens in the bag every round. That's cool. That's cool. Technology is so annoying. Preach. Flurry of Blows. Play only if you control a melee asset. As an additional cost, spend an action. So this is one of those double cards. It's level 5. Choose a melee asset you control and take an immediate fight action with the asset without paying its action cost. You may repeat this effect up to 3 times. Woo! After the final attack resolves, if it's your turn, end your turn. Wild. So basically you're getting 3 attacks for 2, which means that you can probably take out almost anything at the table. That's pretty neat. This card lets you attack 4 times? Up to 3 times. You take the fight and then you repeat it 3 times for 4. Oh, wild. That's cool. That's cool. And I guess at level 5, there's a potential that you may actually need that many attacks. That's wild. That's cool. We got a fast Miracle Wish. After one or more blessed tokens is revealed, you can play this card. Search your bonded cards for Effervescence, Ascension, and put it into play. Place up to X resources on it as wishes. Remove Miracle Wish from the game. Then our bonded card here is a really cool artwork. Bonded. If it has no wishes, set it aside out of play. When an investigator at your location would fail a skill test, spend 1 wish and exhaust this ascension. Resolve that investigator's star effect in addition to all other tokens revealed during the test. That's pretty neat. That's wild. That's really cool. That's some cool cards. We got some cool cards there. I'm starting to like all of the wishes translated, blesses revealed in 1 test to preserve stars. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's pretty neat. That that seems wild. Alrighty. Let's take a look at our secret cards now. I'm gonna turn up my fans. It's getting warm in here. It's starting to get warm where I'm at. Got a chemistry set. Exhaust chemistry set to investigate. If you fail by exactly 2, discard it. Succeed by 0, gain 2 resources. Succeed by exactly 2, draw a card. Succeed by exactly 4, discover 1 additional clue at your location. Seems interesting. I guess, like, if you fail by exactly 2, you're discarding it. But other than that, it's a Oh, chemistry set is a tool. Good call. Yeah. So, yeah. And then you might as well just do this action every single round, right? It's also a next slot, yeah. That one I don't get. I can see the apron, but I don't get the chemistry set being a next slot. I don't get it. Dr. Charles West III knows his purpose. Dude looks like he is enjoying himself way too much. You have 1 additional hand slot, which can only be used for a tool asset. After you successfully investigate by exactly 1 or 3, exhaust Charles West III, deal 1 damage to an enemy at your location. There's a lot of, like, investigate and get or succeed by exactly X. It's just game balance. Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. But it's just kind of funny. The microscope, another tool. After an enemy at your location is successfully evaded or defeated, we can exhaust microscope to place a resource on it as evidence. For 2 actions, we can investigate. We get +1 book for the investigation. For each evidence on microscope, max +3. If you succeed, you can spend up to 2 evidence to discover that many additional clues at your location. That's cool. That's cool. I guess like it works really well because it is a tool, and your like Mark is going to be beating the living pulp out of some enemies, and so he's going to get a lot of use out of that. But it's like a lot of times, at least with my playstyle, my seeker doesn't necessarily want to be where the enemies are. I guess if you are evading though, if you can evade, yeah, if you can evade, then that works out a lot better. There's a card from Scarlet Keys called Lab Coat that goes well with the cards that need to succeed. Oh, okay, cool. These are deck building cards, right? So I'm yep, these are deck building cards. This is also like, I think this is a pre-con for the investigator that comes in the set. I'm not 100% sure on that though. Hey, another mask. We got mouse mask. 1 cost. Replenish 1 of these offerings after you reveal a location or put a new location into play. Sweet. Spend an offering, you get +2 brain or +2 book for the skill test. I like the mask. The masks are pretty cool. Yeah. We got a limit 1 per deck. Ravenous Myconoid. Search your bonded cards for Uncanny Growth and add it to your hand. This is a 2-cost asset. If Ravenous Machinoid has 3 or more growth counters on it, move each growth counter to your resource pool as resources. Record in your campaign log that you have classified a new species. So we got a couple of threads going here. Uncanny Growth. This is bonded. After this test resolves, place 1 resource on Ravenous Myconoid as a growth for each point you succeeded by. Set Uncanny Growth aside out of play. If you fail, return it to your hand. So you have to succeed by 3. Search your bonded cards for an Uncanny Growth. So this comes in, you investigate. After the test resolve, we place a resource on it for each point you succeeded by. And we need 3 points. So you kind of want to use this when you know you're going to succeed. But if you fail, you pop it back. You can succeed by more. Right, yeah. Yeah. But you don't want to succeed by less. Because you can't get it back. So we have defined a new species. I'll find the... Here we go. So these are researched. You can get it back? Like if it comes back through your... Oh, you set it aside out of play. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought it went to the discard. So you still can search your bonded cards. Yeah. Got it. That makes sense. Cool. Okay, so the level 4 new species that you can find. Research limit 1 per deck. Search your bonded cards for uncanny growth and add it to your hand. When investigator draws a non-weakness treachery card, if their location shroud is equal to or less than ravenous growth, cancel the treasury and discard it. Remove all growth. Oh, okay, so we're like canceling stuff. This one is choose a non-elite enemy at your location with equal to or fewer remaining health than the amount of growth counters. Then remove all, defeat that enemy, remove all growth. And then this one is healing, so you can heal the damage based on the growth counters. Nice. There are 3 different species. Nelson, are you okay? Some degree of power level discussion, or do you prefer to discover all that? But no, please, let's talk. Let's chat. No, because this is not a game that that I have played enough to maybe even discover that by myself. You eat the enemy. Oh, yeah, that's fun. Yeah. That's cool. No, I would love to talk about power. We got control variable. This looks like she's playing that that heads up game where you like have the phone and you're like trying to guess what, and you like go up or down. Heads up, I think it is. That's what the art reminds me of. 1 cost event, fast, play after an investigator reveals a curse token during a skill test. Discover 1 clue at your location. Alrighty, well, that's pretty nifty. All those cards are science for Kate. Oh, okay. Just gonna go look and remind myself of Kate real quick. Where'd I put Kate? Where's Kate hiding? Oh, there she is. Oh, okay. There's science or tool assets. That's cool. Okay. That's cool. Testing spirit as an additional cost, spend an action. So this is one of those double things. 1 at a time, investigate your location, each connecting location. Ooh, once in each ascending order of shroud until you either fail to investigate successfully or investigate each eligible location. That's fun. That's just a fun card. Like that is just a card that is just you're like roll the dice. Let's go. She wants science assets to place clues on. Yeah, I gotcha. Myconoi, besides healing variant, is the easiest candidate for the taboo list so far and discussed very frequently as a problem in the Discord. Oh, is because is it pretty easy to get to, I assume? I mean, it makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, because you can just spam that over and over and over again until you have just a ton of clues and then just wipe it out. It's basically cancels a card every other turn. Yeah, that's cool. Do people typically go for the treachery one, or is it the enemy one? Or I guess it could be party makeup more so than anything. Thorough Inquiry. As an additional cost, this is a double. Investigator to location, draw a combined total of 5 cards. You decide how many cards each investigator draws. That seems pretty decent. 2 event, 2 actions for 5 cards. Extremely easy to eat the enemy and cancel mythos cards. Nice. Can you have 2 of these? No, because it's limit 1 per deck for the Myconoi, so you have to swap this out for 1, correct? Eat the enemy. I like that. Super easy and defeating an enemy by doing nothing is super powerful. That's true. Yeah. Only 1. Okay. Are we allowed to share a non-Marvel Marvel Champions character in the LCG Discord? I was hoping to get some feedback. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Throw the book at them. Literally tossing the book at a giant like arachnid creature type thing. Fight. Choose a tome asset you control. Okay, this is hilarious. You get plus X for X as the printed cost. If you succeed, you may either automatically evade the attack enemy, or after the attack ends, you may resolve any lightning or action ability on the chosen asset. That's fun. That's pretty fun. Another fun card, but not a good one. Yeah, but it's pretty funny. I can see how the power could be a little weird, but I mean, at least you get like you get to at least do the action on the book. A lot of Seekers have low fight value. Yeah. Are there any tomes that are like really expensive? But yeah, I could see you may want more attack than you can be able to get. But yeah. Transmogrify. Evade. You can use book instead of feat for this evasion. If you succeed and the enemy is non-elite, attach this card to it. And then it gains massive cannot move. After you evade the enemy, discover one clue at your location. Limit once per round. That's kind of cool. You actually throw the book. Yeah, right? I like the flavor text on this card. I said blow up, not blow. I said blow it up, not blow it up. That's great. Okay, so that's kind of cool. So you create a massive enemy, which means that he's going to engage everything. But honestly, like, you could, if you have someone who can evade like crazy, if you're able to grab this as a rogue, you can just evade an enemy and then not deal with them at all the rest of the game. You can make a giant rat. Yeah. And so you could evade him and just like use him as a clue engine, or you could just like, if it's a pretty nasty, it has to be non-elite, just evade and just leave him. So that's kind of cool. Do you get to trigger this reaction when you evade them the first time? So if I play this card, I evade, I succeed, I attach this to him, can I trigger the reaction and take a clue? Or do you have to evade a second time in order to trigger the reaction? I think I would be able to, because you attach the card and then that's the completion of the action. Then I could trigger reaction. Yes, you can trigger. That's cool. That's cool. I like that. So minimum. It's also kind of nice because if you have an enemy at like a super high shroud, but an enemy that's really low evade value, you can use your book to evade and then just effectively get. This is another way to like discover a clue. Oh, wrong one. We got well funded. While you control a science or tool asset, it gains a question mark. While you control 3, it gets 2 question marks instead. Nice. So it's basically another unexpected courage. And you can freeze a nasty. Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. Gabrielle Carrillo. This is our first level 1 card. You get +1 book. Love that statement. At the start of your turn, add a chaos token to the, or a curse token to the chaos bag. Draw a card. That seems pretty good. That seems pretty decent. You don't have to trigger it either. It's also a nice little, it has a physical soak. He's Koku's boyfriend from the story backside of his card. Oh, cool. Oh, that's fun. That's really cool. Steady-handed. Limit 1 per investigator. When you would succeed at a skill test, exhaust steady-handed. You can either succeed by 1 more or 1 less. If you see this by exactly 2, heal 1 horror. Okay, so that's starting to be all your fixing of how many do I need to heal for and heal from, or succeed by, and yeah. Fine tuning attached to a tool or science asset you control. After the attached asset exhaust, we can ready the. Oh, it's unexpected courage for an event. That's cool though. That could work really well. I'm trying to figure out what's the best like target for this. I guess chemistry set if you're going that route. Oh my gosh. Four wilds. Esoteric method. After the skill test ends, add one curse token to the chaos bag for each point the performing investigator either succeeded or failed by. Wild. Wild. That could be bad. Or perfectly good. I mean, you do get +4. Prismatic spectacles. Add one curse token to the chaos bag. Investigate. You get +2 skill value. If a curse token is revealed during this investigation, you can exhaust this to discover one additional clue at your location. Oh, that's neat. That's nifty. It's good if you want curse tokens. True. Chat log on the left is not updating. Oh, interesting. I don't know why it wasn't updating. I think it was waiting for you to say something. Confounded. Hey, it's another parlay. Choose an enemy at your location. Test book X, where X is the chosen enemy's evade value. If you succeed, discover 2 clues at your location. Then the chosen enemy is non-elite, automatically evaded. It is not ready during the next upkeep phase. That seems pretty decent. Yeah, that seems really good. I mean, it's a level 3 card, but that's a lot of efficiency for one card. I like that. Then final, we got 0 level 5 cards for our Seekers this go around. We got a Microscope, 2 cost, level 4. After an enemy at your location is successfully evaded or defeated, place 1 resource on Microscope as evidence. You get +2 for the investigation for each Microscope, and you can discover up to 3 additional clues by spinning evidence. Okay, so that's a good upgrade. That's a good upgrade. It's nice that you don't have to spin the clues. You can just get the +2 book if you wanted to. Oh, what it is, sometimes the chat, for whatever reason, doesn't pick up YouTube. So right now it's only grabbing Twitch comments. I don't know why. For constant, the way the designers balance the curse and bless tokens, Guardians love bless, Survivors loves bless, Seekers love curse, Rogues put curse but has cards to cancel those tokens, and Mystics have cards to deal with both tokens at the same. Oh, okay, that's cool. That's good to know. That's good background info to have. The problem always waits until you're about to show someone else, then it fixes itself. Yeah, 100%. Upgraded Microscope is amazing for powering up and getting a buttload of clues at one. Oh, yeah. That makes sense. Because is it... Yeah, so you can discover up to 4 clues. And if you have the resources on Microscope, then you're at +6. And if you're a Seeker, you're probably already doing pretty good on the amount of clues, or the amount of book you have. Kamani loves Microscope and loves to evade enemies. Oh, yeah. That's cool. Can Kamani grab a level 4 Seeker card? Or is it part of what he can grab? Let's look at our basic cards. We got Eldritch Tongue. This takes up a spell slot, 4 charges. You can play events with Parlay from your discard pile as if they were in your hand. As an additional cost, spend 1 charge. After that event resolves, remove it from the game. That's cool. It's a tool, so oh, I got you. I thought you were making it not show on YouTube on non-Marvel Champion streams. That's weird. Huh. Maybe it is on non-Marvel. Now I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to remember if I fixed it for Champion streams at one point, and I didn't do it for the others. Eldritch Tongue is pretty interesting. Bide your time. This is a double. During your next turn, you can take 2 additional actions. Oh, okay, so you're basically banking. Bro must be playing with plastic cards because mine don't spin that way. Oh, this is like a felt table. So it's like a neoprene, or it's a neoprene table, and so it's meant to Or it's a lot easier to spin and slide and stuff on it. It's not a wood table. Well dressed. Well dressed is committed to a skill during a parlay action. It gains 3 question mark. That seems pretty good for Alexandra. That's pretty cool. Dawnstar, this is a level 1. Play after revealing chaos tokens during a skill test at your location. Ignore the modifiers of each curse token revealed. For each curse token, deal 1 damage to an enemy at your location. Okay, so that's one of the reasons why you may want to throw some curse tokens in there. That's interesting. You get to ignore the modifiers too, which is really nice. Play after resolving chaos tokens, so you don't even have to play it before you. So you can. This is a reaction, which is really nice. Occult permanent limit 1 per deck. You have 1 additional hand slot, accessory, or arcane slot, which can only be used to hold a blessed or a cursed asset. Level 3 card. Broken Diadem. We're going to Ravenclaw, apparently. 1 cost level 5. Limit 1 mask per investigator. As a reaction, after a skill test at your location ends in which both a bless and a curse token were revealed, place 1 resource on this card as an offering. Then if there are 3 offerings on this card, search your bonded cards for Twilight Diadem and swap it with this card, moving all offerings from this card to Twilight Diadem. And Twilight Diadem, that's a really cool piece of art. Bonded, when you reveal a... Hey, thank you for the follow. Hope you're doing well. As a reaction, when you reveal either a curse or a blessed token during a skill test, spend 1 offering, exhaust this card. Treat the revealed token as a star instead, returning it to the chaos bag. Then if this has no offerings, search your bonded cards for Broken Diadem. That's pretty neat. That's a lot of setup, honestly. It takes a lot. But it's cool. Hey, Catastrophic, how's it going? Welcome back to the table. We can start the stream for real now. The Twilight Diadem is... It seems challenging to pull off, but it seems pretty cool. I mean, like, especially if you have... and it is when you reveal. So if you have something that is like a crazy awesome star power, that's pretty cool. And then we got... Oh, I hate that. I hate that artwork. Oof. Set those aside. I do like Well Dressed. Well Dressed, I think, is going to be going into the deck for my buddy over here. I'm doing good. I'm happy it's Friday. Investigators like Koku can trigger pretty easily with his book and some cards from Innsmouth. Like, oh, okay, so there's other manipulation that you can run through. That's cool. That's pretty neat. Alrighty, let's take a look at our Mystic cards, our purple cards. First up, we got Cat Mask. I am enjoying these masks. The masks are pretty fun. That looks pretty painful, right? Right? It's not great. It has 2 offerings. Replenish 2 of these offerings after a doom is placed on a card with no doom. And there's a lot of ways you can manipulate that in Mystic, so that's pretty cool. Spin an offering, you get +2 or +2 fight for the skill test. Nice. That's cool. There's a lot of ways you can place doom. That can lean into like a strategy in and of itself, right? Because there's a whole like the Sin Eater, right? I don't actually remember what it does, but I just remember like there's a lot of stuff that like deals with putting doom and eating doom and stuff. Finally going to my first board game night ever at your local LGS for Flesh and Blood TCG. Awesome. All the Marvel Champions content creators gave me enough confidence to engage in multiplayer card games. Awesome. That's so cool. I hope you have so much fun. I played Flesh and Blood 1 time. It's a really fun game. Good luck. Good luck. What type of event is it? Rod of Carnamagos. Choose a non-elite enemy at your location and exhaust this card. Reveal 5 random chaos tokens. If a curse token is revealed, search your bonded cards for a random rot event and attach it to that enemy. Okay, this is going to be cool. So, oh geez, there's a lot of oh, I hate the art. I hate the art. Oh, gross. I'm not playing this card. Oof. Carnamagios. Dude, I very much dislike the art on these cards. Those I do. Oh no. Attached enemy cannot attack. When he leaves play, we set this aside. This one says when the attached enemy is defeated, gain resources equal to its printed health. Oh, that's cool. Rod is my favorite card from this set. It's pretty cool. The level 2 is oh, I'm pumped now. -1 fight, -1 evade. End of the round, it takes the damage. Okay, so you can just like it's poison. And then we've got attached enemy cannot move. Oof. Yeah. 5 random chaos tokens, and if a curse token is revealed. That's cool. It's an armory event for Flesh and Blood, which is just a weekly event. Really nice people in the LGS Discord agreed to teach me and even set me up with a deck and maybe we'll play. Sweet, that's awesome. Oh no, board game players are usually really welcoming. I'm so happy for you. That's gonna be awesome. Enjoy so much. I'm gonna vomit looking right. It's not a great card. It's not a great looking card. I would proxy some stuff for that. Understandable. There are sometimes cards I find repulsive looking. No shame in that. There's I think the Hypochondria is another card that is the weakness where he's like wash. Oh, I don't like that one either. Speak to the Dead. Uses 6 offerings. Spend any number of offerings to parlay. Choose a spell or ritual event in your discard pile and reveal tokens from the chaos bag equal to the number of offerings spent. If at least one skull or curse token was revealed, return the chosen event to your hand. I love this art. The Spirit of the Dead. Or Speak to the Dead. Yeah, it's cool. How's the new Arkham expansion looking? So far, it's looking really interesting. There's a lot of like interactions with Bless and Curse, which is a mechanic that I'm a big fan of. And the new investigators all look pretty interesting. Wicked Athamane. Dude, there's so many words in this game that I don't know how to pronounce. Add 1 to 3 curse tokens to the chaos bag. Fight, you get +2 fists for the attack for each added curse token as part of the action's cost. If this attack defeats an enemy, replenish 1 charge or offering on an asset you control. Oh, that's nice. I'm still super new to Arkham Horror. Is there a new mechanic in every expansion? I'd assume so. I actually don't know. Nines or someone. Does anyone know? I know that this one. I guess this one has like the elusive one where enemies are like running away from you. Sometimes 2 to 3. Yeah. Oh, and then we have Mask in this one. Yeah. So I think there's always something new, but they can also like build off of some other stuff. And campaigns usually more so than player cards. I gotcha. That makes sense. Yeah. Antediluvian Hymn. As an additional cost, okay, so this is a double. Reveal the top 5 cards of the encounter deck. For each card revealed, you can add a curse token to the chaos bag to place that card on the bottom of the encounter deck. Return the rest to the top of the deck in any order. That's cool. That's cool. Oh, Mask were in a standalone a while ago? Ah, I didn't know that. That's cool. Drain Essence. This is a parlay card. Choose an enemy at your location and test Brain X, where X is the fight value of the enemy. If you succeed, move 1 damage from your investigator to the chosen enemy, up to 2 damage if the chosen enemy is non-elite. That's cool. So it's a little bit of healing, a little bit of dealing, and all in a parlay action. So it's like Legendary makes a new keyword every pack. I don't know if a new keyword. This one had one. Attacking via parlay gets around aloof. Oh, that's really cool, Growl. Yeah. Okay. Legendary is insane in how many keywords gets introduced. Yeah. Yeah. I played Legendary again for the first time in a long time. It's a good game. Accursed. When you commit a curse to a skill test, you can add up to 3 curse tokens. During the skill test, treat the modifier of each curse token revealed as 0. That's cool. There's a lot of things that are adding curse tokens in this. Because it's not an attack. You are talking. Yeah, you're talking the enemy to dead. I feel like half the keywords are just rewords of other keywords. Oh, really? Yeah. Legendary is straight up a deck builder. No, it's straight up a deck builder. Yeah, it's a cooperative deck builder. Mesmeric Influence. Dude, this is a weird looking art. While this card is committed to a skill test, the performing investigator may ignore all keywords or location effects that would trigger during this test. Yeah, that is good art. That is really good art. That's cool. Oh, that's our first level 1 card. We got a lot of... We didn't get that many level 0 cards. Legendary is insanely fun. Just hate a lot of content isn't a... Yeah, it's tough to get. You can ignore Retaliate, Elusive. Oh yeah, ignores Retaliate. Creepy art. Love it. Olive McBride. This is some cool art too. When you reveal a Chaos token, exhaust her. Reveal 4 Chaos tokens instead of 1. Choose 2 of those tokens to resolve and ignore the rest. Okay. Yeah, that could get pretty good. It's also kind of interesting with Jacqueline Fine. I have a lot of deck builders, so new ones are very hard sell. That's true. I was hoping it was something more. Yeah, it's... No, I would say it's a fairly basic, straightforward deck builder. But it's a cooperative and it's a really cool theme. You can use her on the rod. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Oh, shoot. That's sick. Ha, that's cool. That's really cool. So this is that level 2. This is a fast action. Choose a non-elite enemy at any location. For each... Okay, so it changes for if a curse token. It's for each curse token. Search your bonded cards and you get to search. It's not a random. So you can choose what you're getting. And it's not limited to 1 per deck. That's cool. That's really, really cool. Yeah. That's a really interesting card. I like that a lot. In your opinion, Legendary is the best series of deck builders, but maybe it's good. It's very good. I used to be like that, but you eventually just learn to accept it. Also, yeah, in the gaming community, it's like, hey, OP, don't play him. I don't care. LCGs. Doctor Strange is OP, but play him if you want. Thanks, bro. And it's a fast action on the rod. Yeah, yeah. Being able to pick those is really, really cool. Hey! We're summoning demons in the backyard, it looks like. Call the Beyond. As an additional cost to play Call the Beyond, add 3 curse tokens to the Chaos bag. Choose an asset you control with uses as charges or secrets. Replenish all that asset's charges. Then you can resolve an action without paying its action cost. That seems pretty good. Especially if you're leaning into wanting those curse tokens. The rod breaks a lot of other stuff because then you can activate the lightning effect during tests on other items that depend on revealing symbol tokens. The rod breaks a lot of other stuff because you can activate the lightning fest. Oh, I see what you're saying. That's cool. Yeah. I never thought about that, but yeah, you can use all your reactions and not actually take a test. And so you can just like trigger that ability. That's cool. Ethereal Farm. We can evade. Add our brain to the evasion attempt. If you succeed, disengage from each other enemy engaged with you, and for the remainder of the round, you are ethereal. No one can engage you. And you cannot attack or be dealt damage or deal damage to enemy. If a symbol was revealed during the evasion attempt, return this to your hand at the end of your turn. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. I like this art too. Read the signs. As an investigate, we add our brain. You can ignore effects or keywords on your location, which would trigger during this investigation. If you succeed, discover 1 additional clue at your location. If a symbol was revealed, return it to your hand. I like the returning to your hand. That's pretty neat. The internet has finally behaved. Good. I'm so glad. Nice. And cursed is a symbol. Got it. Okay. And bless. That makes sense. Just thought I'd let you know if you're planning to get into this new internet thing. I think it's a fad. I think the internet's a fad. Oh, this is sick. Spectral Razor. Fight. So it's the same thing, but if a symbol is revealed, you return it to your hand. And it deals +1 damage, +2 damage if the enemy is not elite. That's cool. It's an upgrade from a previous card for 2 XP. You're getting to oh, these are all cards that exist elsewhere from Dream Eaters. That's cool. But you get, okay, so you're getting to pop them back to your hand as the additional benefit. That's cool. I like that. I like that we get like upgraded cards. The level 0 on the cards are from Dream Eaters. Sweet. That's a campaign that I'm really interested in. I think it's going to be challenging to stream, but I'm pretty interested in it. Ethereal Weaving. This is one of those double cards. Reveal up to 3 different spell events from your hand, one at a time. Play each event, reducing its cost by 1. While resolving each of those events, you get +2 skill value. Well, there you go. That's pretty sick. So basically, ignore all the bad stuff for a turn? Yep. Peace out. Peace out. The Key of Solomon. There are more blessed tokens than cursed tokens in the Chaos Bag. Remove a blessed tokens from the Chaos Bag and exhaust the Key of Solomon. Heal up to 2 damage and or horror from an investigator or an ally asset at your location. If there are more cursed than blessed, remove 1 curse from the Chaos Bag and exhaust the Key of Solomon. Gain 2 resource. That seems really good. But it's not a permanent solution. Not with that attitude, it's not. I like the Key of Solomon. I think that's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. Also, like, it has 4 icons on the skill test, which is wild. It is a level 4 card, but it's pretty neat. Level 5 0 card, Seal of the Elders. Fast. Play after a skill test ends in which at least 2 bless or curse 2 curse tokens were revealed. If 2 curse tokens were revealed, search your bonded cards for 1 copy of Servant of Brass and put it into play. If 2 blessed tokens, search your card for Keeper of the Key and put it into play. If 2 and 2 were revealed, do both and remove this from the game. Alrighty. So Keeper of the Key, when a blessed token is revealed during a skill test at your location, deal 1 horror to Keeper of the Key and discover 1 clue at your location or a connecting location. While it would leave play, set it aside out of play. 4 sanity soak, and I assume that this is a physical soak and kind of the same thing. But yeah, you're dealing damage and deal 2 damage to an enemy at your location or a connecting location. That's pretty neat. I like the idea of just like throwing a ton of curse tokens and then benefiting off the curse tokens. Oh, you're right. Catastrophic. Good call. Cheers. These Hemlock cards are unironically dense. Seeing an unboxing really highlights it. Just like a lot of like text on the cards. When that was from far from the camera, I thought it was a brain. Oh yeah. Summoning demons. Yeah, you know, just chill stuff. We're just summoning demons. Like, what's the worst that could happen, right? Really cool stuff. I like the archetype. I feel like this is an archetype that I would want to play 2-handed rather than like 2-player, mainly because I would feel kind of bad just flooding the deck with curse tokens and then just absolutely ruining my friend's day. And so like a 2-handed game, I'd be okay with that. And you can kind of build around that. Honestly, this with a survivor build where you're wanting to fail test could be kind of interesting. I don't know. Seems kind of cool. It's cool to warn them. Hey, we're gonna really mess with your test this campaign. Good luck. Heads up, the second survivor card is a banger. I'm pumped. I'm really pumped. Alrighty, before we break into these two, I'm actually gonna take a break. I'm gonna go grab some more water because I forgot to fill my water. And I will be back very, very soon with a full water bottle. And we're going to take a look at Survivor and Rogue cards next. See you soon. Hey, we're back. So what could go wrong? Did someone just say my catchphrase? Nice. Oh my gosh, I got a new fan. So my fans that I have on my cameras were um I went for cost efficiency, I think, rather than actual like quality. And so they've petered out. But I got a new fan, and it's like an oscillating fan, but it is the quietest thing ever. It's so crazy. Tonight you'll play Carcosa. Only the investigator box is released in Brazil so far. Oh, enjoy. He seems really fun. I'm alright as well. Whenever things are normal, I think of it as a very blessed situation. Might see if Discord wants a Marvel Champions game later. You have to decide. Nice. Alrighty, so we got the first Survivor card, but I've heard that the second Survivor card is what we would call a banger. Matchbox. Oh, I've seen this card. This is one of the, I think, content creator reveals. If Matchbox has no supplies, we discard it. During an investigator's turn, we can exhaust Matchbox, spend a supply, and we get -1 shroud until the end of your turn. It's nice. It's nice that it's slotless, right? Like it's a 1-cost asset. It has supplies. And then it's during any investigator's turn. So you can use this to pump up like one of your friends. I like it. It's a 1-cost slotless asset that gives you -1. And honestly, you can use... Oh, and it's until the end of your turn. So if you use this card on an investigator that goes first, say if you're in a 4-player... Oh, and it's a tool that Wilson can use. I think Matchbox being a tool is a bit of a stretch thematically, but I'm here for it. But if you're a 4-player, if you go last, that shroud is 0 or minus whatever until the end of your turn. That's cool. So here's the banger. Pelt shipment. While pelt shipment is in your hand, your maximum hand size is reduced by 3. That's a bummer. When the game ends or you resign, if this is in your hand, reduce the experience cost of the next new card you purchase before the next scenario by 1. That's interesting, especially because survivors have a ton of cards that you can play from your discard pile. Interesting. And I assume you can commit this to a test so you can get it out. Did your sub count come through? Not sure how that works. I don't think so, but thank you. Thank you. The subscriber on my side, on like the back end, it went up. I think there is a way that if you're like resubscribing, I think there's a box that is checked or not checked that says like notify. And if that's not checked, or if it is checked, however way it is, you can like it doesn't show up, which is weird. But thank you so very much. I appreciate it. Now you can't commit it. That would be too easy. You can discard it if your hand exceeds. Oh, you can discard it. Okay. That's pretty cool. That's pretty interesting. But like also a lot of the cards in Survivor you want to put into your discard pile. And so if your hand size is only 5, it's effectively 4, right? Because this is taking up one of those slots. Any of those cards that you get benefits for playing from your discard pile, you can just discard down to it. And then you can play it from the discard pile, get shuffled back into your deck, and you can just keep going. Pelt shipment is very much a reference to Inscription, the video game, confirmed by the devs. Nice. I've played a little bit of Inscription. I liked it. I thought it was cool. That's really cool. That's interesting. I like that a lot. One of these archetypes that I've been wanting to try. I dabbled in it a little bit with Daryl, is playing all the cards from the discard pile. And that just feels like a card that works with that super well. And then there's also the card where you can discard 10 cards at the start of your game or something. That's neat. That's really, really neat. Is there a investigator that leans into that super well, where like you really want to kind of lean into playing cards from your discard pile? I really appreciate the positivity on this channel. We all need more positivity in life. Oh, well, thank you. I like being happy. I like it. Also, you can run... you can run 2 pelt shipments. I just have 0 hand size. It's kind of funny. I don't think that's what you want to do. William York lets you pull out cards when he defeats an enemy. Oh, okay. Interesting. You can say that again. York is kind of this way. He's the Gravedigger. And I think I have York. He came in... What did he come in? Was he in Carcosa? I think he might have been in Carcosa. That's fun. I want to run 2 of these now. Reduce my hand size by 6, only have these 2 cards, and just discard every single card that I draw. Oh, jeez. Oh, we got a tool. Pitchfork. Fight, you get +1 and deal a +2 damage for the attack. If it is successful, lose control of Pitchfork and attach it to your location. Your location gains as an action. Take control of Pitchfork. Any investigator can trigger this ability. Honestly, that's pretty cool. He is in Carcosa, sweet. That's actually really fun. I like that a lot. Get like yanked out of your hand. But I mean, like, you're dealing 3 damage on a successful attack. I don't know. It's kind of funny. Oh, the Sparrow Mask. This is really cool art. I like how this looks. Replenish one of the 2 offerings after you take 1 or more damage and or horror. That's the survivor. We replenish when we get hurt. Spend an offering, +2 brain or +2 feet for the skill test. Nice. So you pass it around? Yeah. It's like if you've ever played Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion, there's a character that kind of works like that, where he like throws his axes and then he runs and like grabs his axe and then throws his axe and like runs. And elaborate distraction. This is one of those double. It does not provoke attacks of opportunity. For each enemy at your location and at each connecting location, you can automatically evade that enemy if it's not elite, or deal 1 damage to that enemy. That's cool. That's pretty cool. Pushed to the limit. This guy looks... He's not having a great day. Choose a weapon or tool asset in your discard pile. Resolve a action ability on the asset. After this, shuffle the chosen asset into your deck. Playing this card does not provoke attacks of opportunity. Oh, that's cool. So if you're discarding cards, you're able to kind of get those back and like tutor, or not necessarily tutor. You're able to get the benefit, and you could honestly do Pitchfork. Deal the damage. I assume... that this shuffles it in. Or does Pitchfork stay on the table? I have no idea. Girl is calm in the face of danger. Oh, cow. Stall for time. Parlay. Choose an enemy at your location. Test brain, where X is the chosen enemy's fight or evade value, whichever is lower. If you succeed, exhaust the chosen enemy, but do not disengage from it. If it is non-elite, it does not ready during the next upkeep phase. If you fail, return stall for time to your hand. Nice. Yeah, Nines, you were right. These are a lot of text on these cards. Like TF2 when you use Sandman as Scout. Where'd the baseball go? Wrong place, right time. 0 cost event. This is one of those double cards. Move up to 5 damage and or horror from your investigator to assets controlled by investigators at your location. For each asset defeated by this effect, draw a card. Remove wrong place, right time from the game. Interesting. A card for Hank. Is Hank our new guy? Oh yeah, because you're moving, you're not healing. Yes, good call, Lucas. Yes. Because it's not healing, you're moving those 2 assets. And honestly, he can take damage from assets. And so that's actually really cool. So if a damage is assigned to an asset at your location, Hank can take it instead, and then you can play this and then defeat the asset and draw a card. That's neat. That's a cool card. I like how that card is like, can be beneficial outside of Hank, but is really, really good for Hank. I love it when they're able to design cards like that. Ooh, I hate that. I hate long shot. You may commit long shot to a fight or evasion and test it against an enemy at your location or a connecting location. This test is successful, deal 1 damage to that enemy. Oh, cool. Okay. Hatchet. Hey, normal art. Look at that. That's nice. It's a little bloody, but you can't expect uh, all of the axes in the world to be clean. Fight. We add our feat to the skill value for the attack. It deals +1 damage. If the attack defeats an enemy, discard Hatchet. Oh, okay. Otherwise, lose control of Hatchet and attach it to the attacked enemy. Attached enemy gains. When it's defeated, take control of Hatchet. Any investigator at the Hatchet's location may trigger this ability. That's funny. So you are. It's literally what I just described as like the hatchet thrower. You're throwing it in, like you have to go grab it. No love for long shot. No love long shot. You like the art on long shot? Ugh. To answer your question, yes, push to the limit shuffles and bypasses the pitchfork thing. Whether that is useful depends on your situation. Yeah, that's fair. Persistence. Also, this and Hatchet are level 1. You may commit persistence to a skill test from your discard pile. Okay, if you do, shuffle it into your deck after this. Okay, that's cool. Just hit him with a brick. Okay, yeah, I'm really interested in the play from discard pile archetype with Survivor. I think that'll be really fun. Oh, the devil. I found the devil. 1 cost. When your turn begins, move 1 damage from your investigator to devil. When devil is defeated, deal 2 damage to each enemy and investigator at your location. That's cool. That's actually really cool. It can keep Hank alive. Honestly, you could probably set this up and time it well enough where you can keep Hank alive and then use this when like Hank has 1 damage and then take out a lot of enemies. Listening, not watching. I thought for a second long shot who gets rid of the minion, it somehow snuck its way into Arkham. Hey Darcy, how's it going? People low-key thought persistence had some sort of hidden broken combo, but it didn't. Oh, yeah. The devil explodes. Dynamite goat. Dynamite goat. I love that. I need a Sharpie. I'm just going to straight dynamite goat. So I assume you need to reach the level on the card to play it? Kind of. So in Arkham, whenever you play a scenario, you're going to earn experience points, and those are effectively... Experience points are currency that you can use to buy new cards to add to your deck. So if you get 2 experience tokens, or experience points, you can spend 2 XP to add a level 2 card to your deck. So it goes from level 0, which you can add at deck creation, all the way up to level 5. But then there are cards that cost more experience to add to your deck. But it's cool. Yeah, it's a really cool system. It's similar to like Galaxy's Most Wanted, like the market system where you're like getting victory points and using the victory points to play or to buy new cards. But honestly, I think that like that's the coolest part about Arkham is the whole like upgrading system. It's so nifty. Oh, it's an upgraded fire axe. Look at that. Fast. When you have no resources, it deals +1 damage. During an attack, spend a resource, get +2. That's the same. The difference here is that it's 1 cost. Think of his experience as additional difficult objectives you can spend to trade in for much better cards. So they start set aside and you earn them during the game. They start, yeah, it gain fast and the fast. Okay, sweet. So they are part of your collection. So at the end of your game, there's usually about 8 games in a campaign. You have your experience points that you can then take and then modify your deck for the next scenario. So the 8th scenario in a campaign is going to be much more challenging than the first scenario because it's expected that you're going to have 30 experience, that you've modified your deck and built your deck up and made it better. So you're not adding cards during the game. You're adding the cards between each game. Hunting Jacket. Exhaust Hunting Jacket to choose a non-weakness card in your hand and attach it face down to Hunting Jacket. Then gain 1 resource for each card attached. When it's defeated, draw each attack card. That's cool. That's neat. Especially if you have, It's great for the pelt card. Yeah, I was gonna say it's great if you have a 2 hand size. That's nice. That's cool. Mariner's Compass. We can exhaust the compass to investigate. If you fail, we get to ready it. If you succeed and have no resource in your resource pool, discover one additional clue at your location. Dark Horse, here I come. During an investigation, using Mariner's Compass, spend a resource, you get +1 book for the skill test. Is this an upgrade of something? Or is this a new card? Got it. So the game is meant for campaign, like you said. Yes, yeah, the game is meant to play campaign mode. You can play it standalone, but it's really not a... There are rules to do it. I've done it one time. The game thrives in the storytelling campaign. Level 0 from Innsmouth. It's cool. It's cool. That works really, really well for like a Dark Horse. I wish I had this when I was running the Duke deck through Dunwich. Campaigns are usually 8 games, but they've been doing... Oh, they're shorter. Is Hemlock shorter than 8? I honestly am like... I'm down for shorter campaigns. Survival Technique. As a fast action, choose a card you own that is attached to your location and exhaust Survival Technique. Add that card to your hand. Oh, okay. So it's like you're gonna grab your hatchet or whatever. During a skill test on a location with a treachery attached to your location, we can exhaust this card to get +2 value for the skill test. Neat. Keep Faith. Fast. Play during any quick action window. Add 4 blessed tokens to the chaos bag. Well, that seems pretty good. Hemlock is 6. That's interesting. That's good to know. Does the XP scale similarly to other campaigns? So like, are you gonna end the campaign with around the amount of XP you would gain from a 6 game progression, or is it more like closer to like the 8 game progression? Providential. This test is successful. Add a blessed token to the chaos bag for each damage or horror on you, whichever is less. Oh, that's kind of cool. So Calvin really likes this, right? Depends on your choices. Oh, okay. Token of Faith. After a skill test ends in which one or more curse tokens or autofail tokens were revealed, exhaust Token of Faith. Add that many blessed tokens to the chaos bag. If this skill test failed, after resolving all effects from the failed test, the performing investigator may attempt the test again. Max 1 per test. That's neat. Especially if you're running it with the archetype where you're just going to go a huge... As you would have in the 6. XP is very slightly less, so more in line. Okay, cool. Hemlock, you can choose the scenario too, kind of like Scarlet Keys. Oh, interesting. You choose which scenarios you play. It's not every campaign. Got it. Okay, that's kind of cool. That's really cool. And then we got a level 5. Oh, it's an upgraded Dark Horse. During the upkeep phase, you can choose not to gain resources. Oh, this is permanent. So the upgraded is the fact that it starts on the table. While you have no resources, you get +1 to all your stats. That's cool. That's cool. Dark Horse is a level 0 card, right? So it's not... Huh. I like permanent cards. 5 XP is a lot. Is that worth it? Is this a certified banger? Dark Horse 5? It's cool. Definitely cool. Certified. It is nice to start on the table. Start with it on the table. 5 XP is a lot. 5 XP is a significant amount of XP. It's well priced in that it's worth it depending on the deck. Well, there you go. Perfect. But I remember that survivor cards are so low on XP. Most max out at level 3. That's true. That is true. So you're not... Yeah, that's true. That's true. Because, yeah, we don't even have a level 4. And just thinking about my binder, I don't have a ton of survivor cards that are higher than level 0. I see some custom Marvel Champions campaign that lets you pick the next fight. Always thought that was cool. Wish FFG would do something like that. I could see them doing something like that soon. Alrighty. Last brick. We got our rogue cards. While we're starting this, what's everyone's favorite class in Arkham? Because I'm starting to try and figure that out. I think I really enjoy Survivor. I think I really enjoy Rogue, but I'm trying to figure out like where that lies. I really enjoyed Mystics. I like Jacqueline a lot. I did really enjoy Jacqueline. Not a huge fan of Guardians. They're okay. They're fine. Mystics and Rogues for Lucas. That makes sense. Yeah. Mystics are pretty neat. That's late Arkham campaign. Concepts get passed around, so hopefully it may be coming to Marvel Champions. Yeah. That never happened in Lord of the Rings, I don't think. Final stack. Let's hope it's a good one. Yeah, it's like pack cracking, right? Guardian. I like when they do something different, like Danielle, Wilson, Sister Mary, and I do want to play Carson. Carson Sinclair. He's like the support character who can like pass out actions. And Carolyn. I don't know Carolyn. But I do really want to play Carson. Have you ever played Carson in like as low of a player count as 2? Or is he really someone that you want like 3 or 4 players to play with? Bianca Decats. I played with 2 and he was okay. And now playing with 4. Half the Guardians are I punch stuff. The other half are really interesting. Okay, that's fair. Maybe I just haven't tried a really, really interesting one yet. He was great. I had to make him fight. Oh, at 2. Yeah, that makes sense. He had to fill a role. Bianca is a limit 1 per deck. She has 10 resources. We can exhaust Bianca to parlay move X resources to your resource pool. X cannot be more than 5. Test feat 5. If you fail, remember that you owe Bianca X resources. Then search your bonded cards for the Bianca Decats enemy and spawn her at your location. Remove this card from the game. If you fail, remember that you owe Bianca resources. Okay. And then the enemy... She's Hunter Bear only. If you owe Bianca X resources, spend X resources to parlay and add her to the victory display. When Bianca Decats leaves play, except by the above ability, shuffle her into your deck. Why does she have 10 resources? Move X resources from your resource to your resource pool. X cannot be more than 5. If you fail, okay, if you fail. Exhaust? Probably move X. Okay. So you choose how many you're moving, then you test. Got it. I had no idea. I was so lost. Okay. Yes, if you fail, you get bamboozled. That's a lot of fun. I like that a lot. That's cool. Okay, nice. That's really, really fun. 100% probably doing that. Move X resources, and then you are testing feat X. Is that considered a parlay test or no? It's an ally you can steal from, but if you get caught, the banger here lies in the 4th card of the 16th. Oh, it's also a parlay target, so you can keep around. Yeah, okay. That's cool. Yeah, it's a parlay. Okay, good. Okay, that's really cool. That's really, really cool. I like that. As a general rule, if you think it's a parlay, then it is. Okay, I like that. I respect that. That's fun. We got Blackmail File. Choose a non-elite enemy at your location. Parlay test Brain X, where X is that enemy's printed health value. If you succeed, that enemy disengages from each investigator and gains aloof until the end of the round. Neat. The British Bulldog. Comes in with 3 ammos. Spend an ammo. You can use feet instead of fists for the attack, and it deals +1 damage. After you fail a skill test while parlaying with an enemy, put British Bulldog into play from your hand. Oh, nifty. Are you blackmailing a rat? That's really great. Bulldog is the quintessential green weapon nowadays. Yeah, because, yeah, you can just drop it in. And you get +1 damage. That's amazing. After you fail a skill test while parlaying with an enemy, it is with an enemy, so there's that. The first green weapon that uses... Oh, is it really the first green weapon that uses feet? That's wild. That's wild. I would have assumed that that came in like expansion 2. Huh. Well, that's awesome. And then if not, you can just... I mean, it's not that expensive of a gun. It's 3. 3 free resources? Oh, yeah. Because you can put it in and action and a free action. Yeah, that's awesome. I like that a lot. I'm going to start putting cards up here that I may build the deck with because I've kind of landed that I'm playing her. Fake credentials. Choose an enemy at your location and exhaust fake credentials to parlay. Well, there you go. Test book 1. If this test gets +1 difficulty for each suspicion on fake credentials. If you succeed, discover 1 clue and place 1 resource on fake credentials as suspicion. If you fail, you must either discard fake credentials or the chosen enemy attacks you. I like that. That's cool. That's cool because now you can trigger this and you can get your gun down. I think they were intentionally avoiding feet weapon. Yeah, I mean, totally. Playing for free is a bonus that you don't need to make it worthwhile. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. That's a good way to look at it, girl. Yeah. But eventually broke their oath. If you fail with Bianca, you can shoot her. Yeah. That's fun. Hey, we got the fox mask. Replenish one of these offerings after you move out of a location with an enemy. Okay. Easy enough. Spend an offering, get +2 book or +2 feet for the skill test. Probably going to run Fox Mask. Scrimshaw Charm. Add 1 to 3 curse tokens to the chaos bag and exhaust this card. Gain 1 resource for each token added. Gain an additional resource. Okay. What are our thoughts around that card? Bad next slot one. Okay. I was like, you can gain 4 resources, but you do have to put 3 curse tokens. And you have Lucky Cigarette Case, which feels like a decent next slot for rogues, right? Like, I don't quite remember what it does. I just remember, I think you draw a card and get a resource on the upgraded one. Or you get to choose one of the 2. It is a nice way to pump up resources. And then rogues have a lot of non-testable events. Yeah, unless you're all in on curse, it's not worth it. That's fair. The card is okay, not heavily overshadowed by Lucky Cigarette Case, but thematically I can't get over the neck thing. Oh, yeah. That's fair. No, I 100% agree with you there. That's tough. We got Bank Job as an additional cost. This is a double. Investigator's actual location. Gain a total of 8 resources distributed as you wish. Okay, so it's effectively +4 resources, right? Because it's 2 resources to spend. You could spend those 2 resources. So you're getting 4 resources. But you can also split them up. That's really neat, actually. I like this. I like this. No names, kids. Sorry, Finn. That's great. Are cards max 2 per deck by default? Yes. I noticed there's only 2. Sorry about a lot of questions. No, you're totally fine. You're totally fine. Yeah, it's a 2x per card in a deck in Arkham. Yep. And normal deck size is 30. Bank Job's pretty cool. It's a nice way to get a lot of resources really quickly. And honestly, it's a really nice kickstart because you don't have to actions at the beginning of the game. Like if I can sit here and just if I can use 2 of my resources to pump 8 resources into somebody else, that can be pretty decent. Fake surrender. Oh, got that gun taped to the back of their back. Parlay. Choose an enemy at your location and play a weapon asset from your hand, reducing its cost by 1. You may then take a fight action with that weapon against the chosen enemy using feat instead of the skill indicated. Nice. That's cool. That's really neat. Grift. Parlay. Choose an enemy at your location. Test feat 0. For each point you succeed, gain a resource to a maximum of 6. If you fail, the enemy attacks you. Yeah. Big money rogue, here we come. I like that. Feed 0. If you fail, the enemy attacks you. So if you draw the auto-fail token, the enemy is attacking you. That's the only way you can fail a feed 0 test. Unless the test is upped in some way, right? Basically. Nice. I'll pay you back. Sure you will. Fast. Choose another investigator at your location. Move all resources from that investigator's resource pool to your resource pool. At the end of the round, move all resources from your resource pool to that investigator's resource pool. That feels like one of those cards that you can find a broken combo. I'm not 100% sure if you can, but it feels like a card where it's like, okay. Because you can like take the card, then play like Hot Streak, and then pass like just enough resources for the rest of the game over to your guardian friend. Stir the pot. Parlay. Choose an enemy at your location and test book X, where X is the combined damage and horror values. If you succeed, deal 2 damage to each enemy at your location. If you succeed by 2 or more after the effect resolves, you may disengage from each enemy and move to a connecting location. That's a lot of efficiency off of 1 card. That's impressive. That's pretty neat. Stir the pot's cool. Vamp. Parlay. Choose an enemy at your location and test any skill 3. If you succeed and you tested... Oh, this is cool. Okay, so if you tested Brain, remove a Doom from the enemy. Book, discover a clue. Feet, automatically evade the enemy. If it's not elite, move it to a connecting. Fist, deal 2 damage to the enemy. I like that. That's pretty neat. So steal someone else's stuff for a turn? Yeah. Yeah, but then you have to give everything back to him. Stir is an insane damage card for Alessandra. She can hoard enemies like crazy. How is she? Oh, because she can move enemies with her signature card. Yes. Oh, nice. That's insane. That's awesome. That's really, really fun. Vamp 0 is good, but the up... Oh. Say less. Diabolical Luck. When you reveal a curse token during a skill test you are performing, you may commit Diabolical Luck to that skill test and against 3... Oh, that's cool. Against 3 question marks. Feast of Hemlock Vale reveal time. Hey, Maddie, how's it going? And her book is great. Oh, true. Yeah. Indiana Jones. Let's go. I'll pay you back. I'll make you pay me back. Light-footed. If this skill test is successful during an evasion attempt, you may automatically evade another enemy at your location. Nice. Which I guess could be really useful if you are gathering a ton of resources or a ton of enemies and moving them around with her ability. We have 0 level 1 cards. It starts at level 2. Interesting. The upgraded British Bulldog. Spend an ammo, fight, use feet instead of fist. You get +2. Oh, you get +2. That's nice. And then if the attack deals +1 damage, ignore the aloof keyword for the attack. And then it's the same thing. If you fail a skill test, you can put it into play. That's cool. I think Pay Me Back is one of the less usable cards in the game. It's just really weird. Yeah. It feels like you have to like build 2 decks around it. And you can evade someone else's enemy too. That's neat. I didn't think about that. That's really, really cool. Snitch. Play after you succeed at a skill test while parlaying. Discover 2 total clues among your location and connecting location. That seems good. I like the whole parlay thing. Bewitching. Permanent. Exceptional. So this is going to cost 6 experience. And so we were talking a little bit earlier running about the cost. So this is a level 3 card. Exceptional means it actually costs 6 experience, but it's a level 3 card for like deck building requirements. Before you draw your opening hand, search your deck for up to 3 different trick cards and attach them face down to Bewildering. Shuffle your deck. When you engage an enemy, exhaust Bewildering. Either draw 1 attached card or search the top 9 cards for a copy of an attached card and draw it. Shuffle your deck. Are these tricks? Yeah, that's good. That's good. Seems more funny than it's actually good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's and the parlays are all the parlays are too. So you probably grab one of each because you can search the top 9 cards for them. Rogue has a lot of trick cards. Nice. Nice. Yeah, because there's an ally that deals with trick cards, right? That'll be a upgrade that I'm looking at pretty early, I would think. Chuck, yes, yes, yes. Dirty Deeds. Illicit. This is one of those double cards. Search your deck for an illicit asset and play it, paying its cost. Then you can resolve an action ability on that asset, ignoring all cost. Playing this card does not provoke attacks of opportunity. Sweet. Nice. There's also illicit stuff. Chuck. So for a card effect, it's a level 3, but providing it's a 6 cost. Exactly that. Yes, 100%. Oh, that upgraded vamp. Alrighty, here we go. So parlay, choose an enemy at your location and any number of skills. Oh shoot. Okay, one at a time. Test the chosen skill 2. For each test you succeed. Holy cow. Why would you ever not do all of these? If it's a brain, remove 1 doom. Book, discover 1 clue. Feet, automatically evade the enemy. Move it to a connecting location if it's not elite. Deal 2 damage on a fist. That's good. That's really, really good. You can shoot without spending bullets. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because you don't have to pay the bullet. Nice. And with fine clothes, it's test 0. Why is it 0? I'm sorry. I thought it'd be 1. Maybe there's no doom, but the rest are great. Oh, okay, that's fair. That's fair. Fine clothes, I thought it reduced it by 1. And so it would be a skill check of 1? Or is there... Oh, if you don't want to waste blesses, that's a good call. Fine clothes. Oh, fine clothes reduces by 2? Wild. That's sick. -2 makes a lot of cards down to 0, which means that you succeed except on a auto. That's fun. That's awesome. Holy cow. Woo, that's fun. Oh, we got a level 4 fake credentials. Dude, the girl in this she is mischievous. That is a mischievous look right there. Choose an enemy at your location, parlay 0, +1 difficulty for each suspicion. If you succeed, discover a clue on or at a connecting location. If you did not succeed by 2 or more, place 1 resources on fake credentials. If you fail, return it to your hand. Sweet. Nice. Fine clothes is the next signature card for yeah, 100%. Fake credentials is my certified banger for green. It's really cool. I like it a lot. It's definitely going in the deck. It's like I think you probably for Alexandra go bewitching before you grab a level 4. You've heard it from me? Alrighty. I'm pumped for this deck. This deck seems really fun, honestly. Like I like building around a specific type of action, and that's gonna be fun. Pretty sure the art is Trish, our resident spy. Oh, that makes sense. You can investigate without attacks of opportunity. Yeah, I keep forgetting that parlay does not do attacks of opportunity, so any action that gives you that action as a parlay effect, you're good, you're golden. That's so cool. Gosh, it's so cool. Trish loves the card. I don't know Trish. Who is Trish from? Then our last card of the pack, Stir the Pot. She's from Innsmouth. Okay, that's why I don't know her. So this is the upgraded version of Stir the Pot, level 5, 3 cost. Parlay. Choose an enemy at your location and test Book X, where it's the combined damage and horror value. If you succeed, deal X damage to each enemy at your location. After this effect resolves, you may disengage from each enemy and move to a connecting location. That's wild. That's really, really good. So you deal X damage to each enemy at your location. You're not divvying it up. I need to play Innsmouth? Okay. No, that's Alessandra with a bleached hair. She's faking her identity. Source, I made it up. By the way, I love how parlays are getting a lot of attention in the box. 100% love that. Love that Maddie. So good. Yeah. One could argue that the card art is Trish. She's that good of a nice. I saw that flavor text. Oh, this is funny. Okay, so he did say something about your hair, and I heard he called you stupid too. It's a continuation of the previous card, the flavor text. That's really cool. That's actually really clever. I don't know if they've ever done that before. If they have, I've definitely missed it. That's fun. Sweet. I'm pumped. This is going to be a fun deck. I'm really glad that we opened this before we started the campaign because I'm really excited to play this now. Past expansion has Parlay and Mystic 2, like Power Word. Oh, she can use Power Word? That's cool. Ha. Power Word, I did a campaign around Power Word. That was a lot of fun. I didn't see that part. Clever. Yeah. Nelson, just a heads up. Arkham Horror, just a heads up. Oh my gosh. Power Word seems pretty cool to use there. Nice. Oh, awesome. Well, this was a really fun box. This was a lot of fun to unbox. I'm really excited for this expansion. I'm pumped to kind of see the campaign side of it as well. We're going to be doing Carcosa. Meg and I will be doing Carcosa. I'm hoping that we'll start next week. We'll kind of see how all the logistics work out, but I'm going to be building this deck because this looks like a ton of fun. Yeah, so I hope everyone has a fantastic weekend. I'm going to be back on Monday. Make sure to check. It will probably be Champions on Monday, so make sure to check. And I have absolutely no doubt you're a competent player, but heads up, Hemlock scenarios are pretty complex and assume you have some good knowledge of the enemy keywords. Okay, I appreciate it. I don't know anything about this game, so I'll assume the cards are cool. Yeah. Okay, that's good to know. I'll have to. I need a cheat sheet or something for all the keywords. Remember, if you're gonna go with Alexandra, don't let the other investigator kill all the enemies. Alexandra needs someone on the table. That's true. The best cheeky text in the expansion will be Olive McBride. Her OG subtitle will try anything twice, and the upgrade is tried everything twice. That's fun. They're so clever with some of this. Nice. Alrighty, well, I will see you all on Monday. We're going to be playing some Marvel Champions on Monday. But until then, hope everyone has a very fun and safe weekend. And I'll see you then. Peace.